Hi, everybody. It's Friday afternoon, September 5th, here at the Keller Williams Grand Rapids Market Center East. And today is the day that GRAR has instituted the new policy and form change for holding of offers. And so you may have seen some communication, or you should have seen some communication coming from GRAR, specifically regarding the change in holding of offers. So our previous policy, and this was a GRAR only policy, that you could seller instructed a listing agent to hold all offers and therefore setting a deadline. So if we considered listing on a Thursday, set an offer for Tuesday at noon for an offer deadline for Tuesday at noon, that all offers would be held by the listing agent, not shown to the seller until that time. Michigan realtors interpreted a minor tweak in the law change recently, about a month and a half ago, regarding this, and said that all offers must be presented in a timely manner, and the interpretation on that is now 2 business days. So a slight change in that 2-page form that we use, and I've got them both sitting here, that's why I'm looking down here. It used to say on the second page in the last box, exception. And it said, by checking this box, seller instructs the listing agent / broker not to submit offers as quickly as possible. Instead, sets a deadline and a date. Now it is considered a request for delayed review. So if we consider that Thursday list date, Tuesday deadline, there's still a checkbox there on the second page. Request for delayed review. By checking this box, seller instructs listing agent and broker that the seller will not review any offers until, again, you set your date and time. This process makes certain that the information published to the cooperation brokers on the MLS will be honored, and that all interested buyers will be aware of the time frame for submitting the highest and best offer. Seller and listing broker result in additional sanctions by the Professional Standards Committee against listing agent brokers. Seller and listing agent acknowledge and agree that this addendum will be visible to the MLS. So what this does is it allows you to now send, or requires you to send, any offers that come in within 2 business days to your seller. However, they do not have to respond by setting this deadline. And now you can rescind that. It's a little bit frowned upon in the eyes of GRAR, but again, if we're doing what's best for our seller and they see an offer that they do want to accept prior to the deadline, then it must be rescinded via addendum or amendment to the listing contract, much like a price change form that I do have to sign. And you'll probably get a phone call from me asking to make sure that we fully understand that we're notifying anybody that's shown the property, anybody that has a showing coming up, anybody that's expressed interest in it, giving them still an opportunity to write an offer and possibly view the property with an advanced showing request, moving up their timeline, if you will. So really not much has changed. If you're going to set a deadline, you set the deadline. If you get offers that come in prior to the deadline, you do have to submit them to your seller. However, they do not have to respond if that's been communicated clearly. Now, where you can run into an issue is if the offer deadline is in advance of the offer deadline on the purchase agreement is in advance of your deadline that you set for review and response of all offers, because that offer could expire. I personally would reach out to any agent that submits an offer and say, hey, look, your deadline's Saturday at 9. We've indicated we're not responding until noon on Tuesday. Can you send me a text or an email authorizing us to continue to present this offer and respond to it and extend that deadline until then? That way you'd have something in writing, a text or an email that came from the listing agent acting on behalf of the buyer that says, yes, go ahead and hold our offer, respond to it. Chances are they're still going to want the house or the property. And so I think you'll be okay there. If an offer comes in that you really, or your seller really, really wants to accept in advance of the deadline, again, we would do an amendment to the listing contract, eliminating that deadline, and then communicate to anyone that has expressed interest, removing all communication on the MLS, and or showing time, that offers are due by such and such a date and time, and making sure, again, that we're playing fairly. That's really the essence of this. So review that email that came out from Pam at GRAR. Gives you a bullet point by point. Reach out if you have any questions. Note the change. It's very subtle on the second page of this form. That it's called request for delayed review. And when you're setting or discussing setting a deadline with your sellers, make sure that you understand that you can present those offers. We're not really looking to have you remove that and take that offer and hold it. We really would prefer that you hold that deadline. So reach out with any questions. This is coming out to your Facebook page and via email. So feel free to reach out, comments, questions, etc. And we'll again be going over this at the company meeting, I believe next Thursday. So we'll chat soon. Have a great weekend and go list some properties. Thanks.